Happy Friday, everybody. Mr. Mendenhall here. I don't know about you guys, but I am really ready to get back to normal because I don't know, I'm just so cooped up in here. And so I don't know. And I'd honestly like to get back to normal so I can go and get my hair cut and not look like somebody who's been lost at sea for 3 years because this is a mess. But anyway, let's go ahead and wrap up this week with our fifth and final day of learning for the week. Let's go ahead and get started. So, what are we doing on this wonderful Friday? Well, today we're going to be reading the text Awesome by Craig Shuttlewood so that we can explain how the central message is shown through the key details in the story. And I'll know I have it when I can do three things: correctly recount the major events from the story, correctly state the central message of the story, and correctly complete 2 quiz questions. So once again, let's break this down. So today we're going to be finishing the text Awesome, which yesterday we decided was most likely a fiction text because I don't think this could happen in real life. And so because it's fiction, because it's something that is made up and not real, there's a couple things we got to think about. We got to think about how the characters are acting and why they're acting that way. And we have to think about what events are important. And 3, we have to think about why the heck was the story written? What's the point of it? What's the central message here? What message or big idea is the author trying to talk about through this story? That's what we have to try to figure out today. And so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be talking about how we can explain the central message, the point of the story, how we can explain the central message through the key details and key events that happen in the story. So we'll talk about that in just a second. Now, I'll know you guys are able to do that when you guys are correctly recount the major events from the story. You guys are going to be able to put those details in order. You guys will be able to come up with the central message of the story, and then you guys will show me what you guys know by answering 2 quiz questions. If you need those directions repeated, by all means, go ahead and start this video over and then join us back here. So with that being said, the central message, right? Let's think about this story for a second. We have 2 important characters. We have Marvin the Moose and Woody the Beaver, right? Those are the 2 most important characters. When we're thinking about central message, when we're thinking about why this story was written in the first place, we have to think about both of those characters and what they're either doing right or what they're doing wrong, right? So let's think about Marvin for a second. Marvin the Moose. The part of the story that we left off yesterday is that Marvin was becoming kind of this, like, the local hero, right? Everyone in the forest seemed to really love him. Like, he was just doing everything right. He was saving people who were in trouble. Like, they made him this cape. He was looking like a hero to them. And he was becoming the celebrity of the forest, right? Was Marvin doing anything wrong? I don't think so. Marvin was just being super helpful. But look at the part you guys read yesterday. Woody. Let me pull the text up real quick. So this is where I left off yesterday. And yesterday, we talked a little bit about how Woody down here looked a little sad. He looked a little upset by something. And now, when I stopped, I had no clue what that was. But then you guys kept reading. And let me see if I can kind of figure out what exactly was wrong with him. On this page, we learned, meanwhile, Woody was missing his old friend who is now far too popular to spend time with him. In fact, Woody was feeling quite left out. I remember when we were scanning and predicting yesterday, I kind of saw that Woody was feeling upset by something. And now after I've read it, now it makes more sense. Woody was feeling left out. Woody was feeling sad that his friend was just spending so much time being a hero that he had no more time for him. Because then on this next page, we saw that Woody was doing something he shouldn't be doing. He was acting out. Now think back to what I said about central message. We think about what the characters are doing right or what they're doing wrong. And right now we're focusing on Woody. So ask yourself this. Did we see on these pages, did we see Woody doing anything right? Or did we see him doing something wrong? Well, one of the things you guys talked about yesterday was that Woody is dropping things onto Fox's head. He kicked over the squirrel's nut collection, and then he dropped a huge branch on the bear's head. That doesn't sound right to me. In fact, that sounds quite mischievous. That sounds quite naughty, meaning Woody is acting naughty. He's doing something wrong. But think about why. Let's empathize with him for a second. Why is he acting this way? Right? Like, why is he doing those things? What's he trying to do? What's he trying to get at? So that's what we're going to think about today. We're going to think about which of those characters we want to act most like and think about what the point of the story is going to be and see if that helps. So let's go ahead and pick up where you guys left off yesterday so we can describe a little bit more about our characters and see if we can use that to kind of help us figure out the central message of the story. So you guys finished off about right here. I think the part you guys left off is that Moose is being told that, you know, Woody's doing all of these horrible things, and honestly, Moose doesn't believe it. Well, why should he? Why should he believe it? That's his best friend. And everyone's saying like, oh, Woody's doing these awful, horrible things. There's no way Marvin's going to believe that because it's his best friend, right? So let's see if he does. Deep in the forest, Woody was up to no good, something that would be sure to get him noticed. Once again, why is Woody acting this way? Why is he doing these horrible things? He's almost like destroying the statue. Marvin soon realized that his neighbors were right. Wait a minute. At first, Marvin didn't believe it because that's his best friend. There's no way he would do those horrible things. But now his feelings are changing. Because look at that illustration. Marvin is noticing things. He's seeing things that are making him think differently. Woody hid the evidence of his not-so-good deed. He would be a hero when he found the missing statue. Ooh. So now we know a little bit more about what Woody wants. Woody doesn't want to cause trouble. He wants to be a hero, just like Marvin. Because look at what it says. He says he would be a hero when he found the missing statue. So he destroyed the statue so that people would think that he had found it later. He was trying to be a hero. He's trying to get attention just like his friend Marvin is. But just as he was about to rest, he noticed the wagon was rolling down the hill at top speed. "Oh no, what have I done?" Woody cried. Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to pause there for just a second. Look at what he said there. Oh no, what have I done? That's a huge clue. That is an enormous clue that tells us what Woody is feeling. Like, if Woody was doing this to cause trouble and be truly mischievous, like he was doing it just to be mean, then there's no way he would have said, "Oh, what have I done?" That shows guilt. That means he's feeling guilty for what he had done, which means his feelings are changing too. Just like Marvin's. Marvin at first didn't believe Woody could do these horrible things, but now his feelings are changing, thinking, yeah, my friend could probably do that. Woody's feelings are changing too. At first, he was trying to get all this attention because he wanted to be the hero just like Marvin. But once he notices that the cart starts moving and rolling down the hill, I guess he's starting to feel a little bit more guilty now. He's starting to feel guilty about the things he's doing. I'm wondering what's going to happen next in the story, and maybe if that's going to kind of lead us towards the central message. So here's what you guys are going to do. You guys are going to finish reading the story. You guys are going to finish reading the rest of the text. It's not very long. When you guys are done, a couple of the questions you guys are going to be in charge of have you guys recounting the important events in the story. You guys are going to put those details in order. Once you guys have done that, the second question is going to ask you guys a little bit about the central message. Now, I'm going to be looking at those questions closely to kind of see what you guys come up with. Last week, when you guys came up with the central message, the other day, I should say. The other day when you guys came up with those central messages for Moose and Magpie was really creative, really clever. I want to see more of that. So I want you guys to think of the central message. What could the central message of this story, what could it be? Why was this story written? You guys are going to figure that out. And then, of course, like always, you guys will have a couple questions as a quiz to kind of show me what you guys know. That being said, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I will see you guys bright and early next week. Monday is a non-student day, which means you can use that day to catch up on whatever work you guys have missed. So once again, I am here. If you guys need anything, please reach out to me if you guys need any help with anything. That being said, I will see you guys next week. Take it easy.